Hi everybody, this is Jill for today. I'm making meatloaf. I make a great meatloaf and I'm going to share that recipe with you today. So let's get started. I have in here about 2 pounds of ground beef. Part of it actually is the 85/15 and then there's another one that's 93/7 I think is what it is. So it's a pound of each. And into that, in no particular order, I'm just going to go down the line here. I have about a cup of finely chopped onions, and I will have the recipe and the ingredients all in that description box down below. So we've got that. And then we're going to put in about a half a cup of just plain breadcrumbs. If you had seasoned breadcrumbs, like the Italian seasoning, super good, super good. I don't have them though. That's just plain. Then I'm going to put about a tablespoon of dried parsley in here. If you had fresh parsley, which I don't have, but if you did, that makes it even better. Okay, then I've got about a quarter cup of Parmesan cheese, grated, and 2 eggs going in, and half a cup of milk. This is such a great recipe. I am making enough for 2 meatloaves. And what I like to do is make enough. If you're going to go to all the trouble of bringing all this stuff out, make 2 of whatever it is you like to make, cut it up and freeze it, and then you have something already. That's what I like to do. I'm just going to put in a good smidgen here of garlic powder. All right, and then a good few shakes of Worcestershire going in. And about a quarter cup of ketchup. We aren't put that in there so I can talk to you. We don't particularly like that ketchup thing on top, when you're baking a meatloaf. If you like that, go for it. We just don't, it's not something he was raised on. It wasn't something I was raised on. And so we don't do it. I'm going to put in about a half a teaspoon of pepper there. I'm looking to see if I've got all my ingredients, and I do. A little bit of salt. And really, you'll see some people bring the spoon out and all that. You got to get in. You just have to get in there and do it. And just really, really mush it up. Get everything in there. Get it all mixed up. All right. Well, I'm not going to bore you with all the details of sitting here and mushing. But once I have it all combined and it's ready to put into pans, I'll bring it back. Okay. So I've got this really mixed up well. I'm just going to pat this down. And I'm going to split it halfway down. So I have a pretty good kind of, idea of how much is going to go in each pan. Put this in here. Usually what I do is I freeform my meatloaf. I have a fry pan, like a Griswold or a black cast iron, and I'll kind of freeform it in there. But we both said, we haven't had like a meatloaf in forever. And so I said, what the heck? Let's bring out the loaf pans. So that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to move this bowl out of the way.
You need to mention that you added the Italian.
Thank you for that. I did. I didn't bring it out. I said, oh shoot, I didn't bring it out. I put in about a half a teaspoon of Italian seasonings, that seasoning blend, which has got oregano and thyme and all that good stuff. But you know what? I'm looking here. There's not enough. Well, that's too small. That's just too darn small. I'm going to put the whole darn thing in one. There you go. Because, as I said, I'm not used to doing it in loaf pans. I thought I could do 1. But then we will cut it up into nice chunks and freeze it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to pack that down really well. So there's a pan you get to wash, Director, that we didn't use. Yeah, that's so much better. That other was too small. All right, so I've got this all in this pan. I've got my oven preheated at 375 degrees. And this is going to go in. And I think it's going to cook probably an hour and 15 to an hour and a half. If you have a meat thermometer, you got to use it. You need to go into the center of that meat. It should register at least 165 degrees to make sure it's safe and cooked and all that good stuff. You don't want to mess around with meat, especially ground beef. So that's what we're going to do. Going to put it in the preheated oven. Going to give it an hour and 15 to an hour and 30. I'll check it about an hour and 15 to see if it's done, but I think it's going to take the hour and a half. However, when that is done, we're going to come out and we're going to show you what this beautiful guy looks like. We're going to cut a slice of it and taste it. So it took an hour and 20 minutes because I timed it out. Check the temperature, 165 degrees. And this is what we've got. A lovely little meatloaf. I'm going to cut into this. Ooh, it's still very, very hot. Yikes, that's hot. Oh, yeah, see there? Look at how, oh, it's steaming. It's beautiful. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I'm going to put it on a little plate here. And we're going to take a taste. Director, I know this is your bailiwick. Bailiwick? Is that right? No. Here, you taste it. Come on, taste it. Here we go. Is that the right word, bailiwick? No. What is that the word called?
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. He says good. It says good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Wow.
Ooh, hot. First of all, big mouth. Sorry. Moist. Tender. Flavorful. Now, if you're like I said, you're like the ketchup thing on top, I'd take the about 20 minutes out from, when it's going to be done. Maybe an hour and 15 minutes. Put the ketchup thing on, put it back in the oven. We don't like the ketchup thing. So that's your. But here's what's funny. I want mine with ketchup. Go figure that out, right? Oh, it's so good. Is it good?
It's excellent.
Oh, God, it's so good. Okay, there you are. Recipe down below in the description box, that show more box. Click on that. See the recipe. Give me a thumbs up because, gosh, I tell you, those algorithms make a lot of difference in the money I get. I'm sorry, it's a money thing. Love you all. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.